Hey, yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Northside Talks podcast, episode 6, coming at you. Joined
Big
by my
six.
guys, Jelani Goodrich
Big.
Reed, Pressure Me,
What's up, what's
Emmanuel. How you guys doing?
Big six.
Good to be back this week.
Yeah.
Off week. Now we're back for Emmanuel to go off today, but that's for later.
Big six. Inside.
Got a very eventful episode today, bridging all around sports, big into the music industry, which we'll get into later. But first and foremost, sports podcast, so gotta get that stuff out the way first. Let's just start off with NBA, man, because we were just talking about it right now. Basically, stuff came out recently that the NBA are looking into a new All-Star game format, little tournament style format, 4 teams, 3 NBA All-Star teams, and then a Rising Stars team. What do you guys think about it, bro? It seems very random. You see what I'm saying? What's the point? Why? What do you guys think about the whole format? I don't know.
I don't know what Taylor's doing, bro. I don't know what he's doing. This is not my NBA. I say this all the time. Literally hashtag that, bro. Not my NBA. I know the All-Star game's kind of cooked. Like, I don't like watching it anymore because they don't try it. It's a terrible product.
Yeah.
So at this point, yes, you have to think about how can we make this better. So I understand that point. I understand the business aspect. We'll see how it works. Like, I've even seen this before. NHL, they tried this out where they had multiple teams.
Oh yeah,
many teams.
They had a little draft thing or whatever.
Yeah, and it's a whole tournament, whole draft, go against each other, and then one winner. I thought it was really gimmicky. So this, same thing. I think it might be pretty cool at the start, and then it's going to die down anyway. So I'm not going to fault the NBA for trying out new things, but man, there's just a lot of change right now with the NBA. I know the product in terms of the viewership, they're not too happy about the numbers. Also because, illegal streams are there, obviously, but the numbers aren't good with the NBA right now. So that's why they're thinking about changing the All-Star game. They're trying to expand, of course. I'm good with that. They're also trying to fix maybe, the playoff structure, have 1 through 16. They're talking about maybe going overseas with a new league to battle Eurobasket, which that's kind of crazy to me. So there's so many things, in-season tournament. I don't know. I don't know how I feel. I think I'm an old head in terms of NBA. I want it a certain way. If you're going to change things up, it's going to take time for me to get used to it. All-Star game kind of sucks now, so I guess they got to figure something out.
Manu, what do you think, bro?
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm actually gonna take a different approach, man. I think we should wait and see, because I feel like Adam Silver up to now he's had ideas that at first we did, like the NBA Cup. At first we were like, yo, what's going on here?
Still trying to get used to it. I don't know.
But it produced so many great moments, and you could tell that they actually try when they play because the like point differential matter and stuff. The players actually go harder, And the All-Star game, like Jelani said, has been kind of whack, So it's like I can't fault the guy for trying something new. Maybe this isn't the best idea, but we're at this phase where like let's wait it out. Because what if they get more competitive? And I feel like it might make for a better game.
Yeah, I feel like
better games.
And not to put you on the spot here, brother, because maybe it's obviously podcast talk radio shows, whatever. You need opposing sides. Don't make for a debate. You said it made for memories, bro. Name one memory from the NBA Cup, because I can't think of nothing. The courts are different, bro. That's it.
I hate this court.
The Lakers won is fine, whatever. But what was the memory? Who would they even play in the final?
I don't know.
You see what I'm saying? Don't nobody care about the NBA Cup.
It's Indiana, bro. It's Indiana.
Was Indiana? Okay, but we still, like, I remember the Lakers winning. I remember LeBron winning the first ever NBA Cup.
I get it.
One of those in this Arsenal fan, he does not go up.
I get it. For me. I get it, and I agree with your point in saying like, yeah, they need to change stuff around to try to re-engage viewers and everything like that. So if it's by way of the NBA Cup or if it's by way of the All-Star thing. So for clarification purposes, this is from Shams on Twitter. He said it's a 4-team style tournament basically. 2 semifinal games up to 40 points, and the winners advance to the finals where the game was up to 25 points. So it's like 3 teams, and then the 4th team is going to be the Rising Stars team that wins, because you know they did the Rising Stars competition, which is like rookies, sophomores, whatever. I feel like it's cool to try new things, and it makes sense as to what, like, it's not the worst idea they could have thought of, but I feel like, because like Jelani was saying, like the product is bad, and like you're changing the format of it, but the product is the same. The product being the players aren't changing. So it's like, unless you're it's honestly nasty to think about, because what year is the first year they did the draft where they got rid of East West and they just did the draft. That was the first year in a while where it was actually like semi-competitive. And I think that was also because they put incentives for charity, bro. Like you have to give these guys charity incentives for them to take it seriously. And even that weared off after a while, where they just stopped caring about, oh yeah, this charity.
The Kobe year was probably the best year. The Kobe
Yeah, I like
year was
that year.
probably
That
the
was good.
best
That
year.
was good.
Because everybody wanted to play, you know? But Skyler, I was gonna ask you too though. How many of those NBA All-Stars are gonna let like a Rising Star team beat them, for example? I feel like if the Rising Star, because I know they're gonna play hard because they want to be seen. No, like if they start beating NBA guys, fam, they might take a little bit more pride in it. Like I ain't going out like this, not these guys, bro.
I hear you, but I think it has to be like the Rising Stars team actually has to be good enough. Like who's on the Rising Stars? Like Wemby's gonna be there.
Wemby's gonna be there. Damn,
else?
Rashad, Alex
Get that guy out of here, bro. We're not trying to hear that.
Jared McCain. Jared McCain.
Reed Shepard in Houston.
But this is what I'm saying. So it's like,
still in.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah, Stephon Castle.
A lot of these guys.
Jared McCain, bro.
Oh, McCain, yeah, McCain. My bad. Nah, he's nice, bro. I wanted him on Toronto.
But
that was my mock draft. I really hope he fell to us, and then of course the Sixers had to take him. So, but he's balling right now.
I don't know. I feel like even then, like the only guy they're really gonna care about is Wemby. And then even to that point, I feel like if Wemby's got AD in the post, starts giving AD the works. I feel like AD's the kind of guy to realize, oh shoot, this is a real game. I'm just not gonna try that much then, because I don't need to risk further embarrassment, bro.
What?
Because these guys don't try already.
No, but what I'm saying is, what if they start winning?
Yeah,
I'm saying like, what if the Rising Star are beating these guys by like 20, fam? These are still NBA guys, fam. They still have pride. Fam. They're not gonna be like, yo, these rookies are not gonna embarrass us on live TV.
It's crazy.
Like, fam, let's try a little, guys. They might even wake up like even the second half, just be like, yo, fam, let's actually try it. This is looking a little scary, you know.
Yeah, that's a good point. I feel like, but again, I think it goes down to how good the Rising Stars team is. Because I feel like, obviously just them being younger too, you know they're going to be hungry. You know what I mean? They're going to actually try to be going for it.
And to be fair, Sky, there's no defense being played anyways. So those guys that are trying to show out, they are going to show out. If the defensive team doesn't decide to stop them, they're going to keep going. And they're Rising Stars, so they want to do that, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, don't play if you want to, fam.
As benefit of the doubt, bro, to your point, we'll see how it goes. Keep it hush-hush until it happens, and then we can have our judgment or whatever. But speaking of All-Stars, man, LaMelo Ball hooping over there in Charlotte. And the thing is, too, I feel like he's been this good for a very long time. It's just the injuries part. So he's healthy, so we're seeing it now. But that guy, I saw a tweet on Twitter. I think it was yesterday. Oh, X, whatever. And the guy was saying how like
it's Twitter, fam.
It's still Twitter. I'm still calling it Twitter, but
X.
The guy was saying how
crazy.
The guy was saying how LaMelo Ball is the first guy that actually like his game fully translated like from high school to the NBA. Like he's getting away with stuff in the NBA that he was getting away with in high school, bro. The guy's taking one-legged 3-pointers, not jumping.
But he has to be a bit smart. Like I like that his IQ though. I could say from the start of his career till now, his IQ has gone up. Like he does take those one-legged shots, but when you feel like he's hot, you know, it's not just like started the game mid. You know, he's also a pretty good passer, fam. I like his court vision. Him and Brandon Miller too. If he's still eligible for that game, he's a bucket, fam. He reminds me of like a smaller KD, you know, he's like 6'7", but. He can score, fam. No cap.
Yeah. I seen something the other day. Apparently, I don't know what game it was. I don't be watching Charlotte games like that. But LaMelo Ball
Oh,
and
yeah, I
Brandon
know.
Miller, I think they had like every point of the fourth quarter
Yeah,
for the Hornets.
Brody
Insane.
combined for like 70 something points. LaMelo
Yeah.
had 35 and fouled out in OT.
Oh,
Brandon Miller had 38, fam.
It's
Because he
it's
carried the
usually
team
like
back the middle.
2 versus 5. Like when you play Charlotte, it's 2 on 5.
I know,
Yeah.
it really is. It really is.
So I don't know. Like I know the league. The only thing is I know the
That's
league
crazy.
is gonna try to find a way to get LaMelo out of there.
1,000%.
At some point.
Really?
Yeah.
I
They,
hope
they
not,
definitely
fam.
will. They want him in a big market because Charlotte's not a big market.
They're not serious enough.
They're not good basketball
That's
being
true.
played there for a long time. So
Yeah.
I'd rather him be somewhere different. I don't know how they're gonna force
But
him.
where would Melo fit, though? Like,
The
with
way he
Wemby?
plays,
for-
bro, anywhere.
You think so?
The Lakers,
like you
Showtime
need-
Lakers.
But keep him away.
Yeah.
I saw a report though that the Clippers are already making a plan to get him. Like whenever he's available
Oh,
down the
really?
line, the Clippers are already looking at it. 'Cause they need to start. Like the Clippers, like moving forward after Harden, after this era, like Kawhi, whatever era, not even era.
You know?
He's just there by
Yeah,
contract.
they're gonna need somebody, you know.
I feel like
And
they
the new
would,
stadiums.
Yeah.
yeah, they would have to pitch that nice, though, fam. 'Cause I feel like Melo's kind of the kid that's
He's a Laker.
kind
He's
of.
a Laker.
He's a Laker. He's gonna be Clippers. You gotta present it to him like this is gonna be your franchise. We have had
Yes.
no golden era. You could usher this into the history, and then he might be like, yo, you know what? That sounds. But like, fam, off bat, I don't think he's going no Clippers, fam.
I feel like that's the same with every kid in LA though. Mine is Kawhi. Kawhi is a little bit weird because he was
Yeah,
like,
but he's
yeah, I
weird,
want the
fam.
Clippers. Da, da, da. But I feel like everyone else in
Weird.
LA obviously is just gonna be Lakers.
And he's not even playing. He wanted the Clippers, and he
I
doesn't
know.
play. Like,
That's what
come
I'm
on,
saying.
brother.
So-
Even Paul George, when he got traded there, he said, "Yo, when I touched down in LA, they welcomed me back home, but they said, why aren't you wearing purple and gold?" And he's like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, he's the perfect example of like, yeah, sure,
Welcome.
I'll take it because
Welcome.
it's LA, but
Why aren't you a Laker? I don't know, guys. I don't got the answers, man. You don't got the answers, Trey. You know?
As a family member, that would have been me, fam. What are you doing, fam?
Ew, what
What is this?
credit to them though. Credit to the Clippers, bro. What is it called? The Inuit Dome. I think that's the name
Yeah,
of the
it's
thing.
hard.
It's
Hard, yeah.
nice. Like it's as far as
Well,
stadiums
hard,
go,
man.
bro, or arenas go. Yeah, you know they and I like
Bad
that.
they don't have fans.
Yeah, bro, they gotta give people incentives to go over there, bro, and be fans
Yeah,
or whatever.
that's-
They have the wall. You know what I mean?
Wall,
Uh,
that's
the-
different.
That's it,
It's
bro.
the one side of the court or whatever.
I was watching one game. Clippers playing pretty well. The wall's making a lot of noise. The rest of the arena is quiet.
Quiet, yeah.
They don't got fans. If it was
Yeah.
the Lakers, yeah, that'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
They would low key need to start some type of initiative, bro, to start getting people from young, like getting fans from when they're younger, so that
It's
way,
not gonna work.
you know what I mean?
Because
You gotta start
the
somewhere.
whole generation is Lakers fans. Like the older
That's what I
generation,
mean.
and they just pass it down.
Yeah.
Skyler, they have to have something to like if LaMelo goes there, we knows he's gonna be there for
Yeah.
like 5 plus 10 years. Then we might start talking about something. But right now they have no problem like James Harden and Zubac carrying the team. You feel me?
Yeah. All jokes
Yo,
aside,
Terrence
though,
Mann, bro. Terrence Mann.
Terrence Mann, you see what I'm
Terrence
saying?
Mann is not doing much, fam. What the hell? He's trash, man. I want to keep it real.
But
Derrick Jones Jr. playing better than that guy, fam.
all jokes aside, though, I actually do hope they do have like somewhat a competent team that's something comparable to like Lob City, because Steve Ballmer, like I actually like that guy as an owner, bro. A lot of times you see
Yeah,
owners
he's
that are
good.
like they just look at their
They don't
team like
care.
a cash cow kind of thing. They
Yeah.
don't really give a damn. That guy put money into the team. I'm pretty sure I seen a video of him like once or twice where he's like in like that wall thing and he's like hyping everybody up and everything. So he's clearly involved. You know what I mean? So yeah, I hope everything works out with them. But yeah, Clippers are always the Clippers, bro. They should damn near if they didn't do this stadium, they should have relocated.
That's what I
Relocated
thought they
somewhere.
should've done, bro.
Seattle, you know what I mean? Seattle's hungry.
Yeah.
Seattle will take anything. You know what I mean?
Seattle for sure. They could have gone Vegas.
Yeah.
Vegas.
Like,
Oh, Vegas.
They used to play in San Diego, so maybe start something fresh over there.
But they
Like,
doubled
something.
down, bro. They said, "Nah, we are
they gotta
here."
leave. Yeah, I don't know what
LA, Lakerland. Come on,
Yeah.
man. You know better than that.
Because the Lakers don't even need stars to be relevant like that, bro. We've seen down years from the Lakers, and they're still.
People are showing up with Robert Sacre.
That's what I mean.
I remember that era.
And the Clippers don't even fam. They had SGA, fam. The Clippers had SGA. Think about that, fam. They don't even know what to do with their diamonds. When they get a diamond in their mouth, they fumble it, fam. You're not used to it, broski.
I don't think anyone thought Shea was gonna be as good as what he is, though.
Defensively, yeah, he used to be a menace though. Defensively, he was a menace back then, fam.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. NBA is NBA. Kind of a ongoing topic, but let's switch gears a little bit. Switch gears over to world of football, soccer. I know, Jelani, you're saying you missed the Man United game. First game one of Amorim ball that we got to see. Have you seen anything online or anything like that of?
Well, it's funny because I seen that he was beefing or something with Ed Sheeran.
What?
Yeah, I don't even know what that was either. I just saw Ed Sheeran put out a public apology.
How can you beef with Ed Sheeran?
I don't know what it was. Ed Sheeran said, "Yo, I'm sorry."
Cause Ed Sheeran's a minority stakeholder or whatever with Ipswich, so he was there.
Oh, really?
But yeah.
I don't I think it was something Amorim was doing a post match interview, whatever, and I think Ed Sheeran had come up and said something to someone else, not to Amorim, but had said something kind of on camera that I guess disrupted the interview. But I don't think he was it wasn't like he was doing anything with intention of whatever. I think he just got carried away in the moment. And all I saw was the public apology that he put out. I don't really know. I mean, I don't think people really would have been tripping over that anyways. But
just random.
Yeah.
I seen the score. I seen the score line. I was kind of surprised. I can't lie. Oh, what? But Skyler, give us the breakdown of what happened. Since I couldn't watch it.
Honestly, bro, I feel like I think I'm just being overly optimistic, which is totally a switch. Because before, when Tanak was there, I was checked out. I was not paying attention as much. I was super pessimistic of the team. But everything I've been seeing online, people were kind of saying how shocked they were at how bad everything was, and I'm like, bro, what did you guys want? Did you want the final product to be for match day one? What are we doing? I think people are losing sight of see, this is what scares me. I feel like people are losing sight of the plan already before it even happened. United's quite honestly, United's been ass for almost a decade now. If we're really being honest, we've been horrible. So
it got so bad that they had the post about Pep and Man City, how bad they are, and the rivals being so happy. We weren't even.
We were there. We were gone, erased from existence. But
Madrid, Liverpool, everybody said for us.
The thing is I found during the game, I was kind of had to keep referring back to. I don't know if you guys have seen. He did. I think it was his first interview he did with the club where. The interviewer asked him what can fans expect to see for game one, whatever. He basically said he just wants fans to see an idea of what it's supposed to look like and how it's gonna look moving forward. And I think he did a good job of that. Quite frankly, I feel like during game one you could see the plan of how he wants us to play. Obviously, and he kind of said this after the game as well. It's not like you just give them an entirely new playbook and a whole new system. You integrate them little by little, so you're not just overloading them. You got to ease them into it. You can't just go full 180 into whatever this new system is. You know what I mean? So I think that alone, watching United over the last few years, where under Ten Hag, no one knew what the hell was going on. No one knew what the system was. No one knew how things were supposed to go. To now, at least you could see a vision. You know what I mean? I think I was actually pretty surprised with some of the players, how they played. Ahmed Diallo was playing out as a right wing back. I was like, oh shit. But to his credit, I think he did a really good job, bro. There was a few times where he did get caught out defensively, but that's, to be expected as a forward. Going forward, we knew what to expect because we've seen that already. He created the first goal for Rashford, who I'm happy Rashford scored because I feel like he's a very big confidence guy. But other than the goal, kind of here and there. It's weird. It's kind of when you're watching that first game, there was some guys you could see where it's okay, no, this is a problem with the player rather than a problem with the system, if that makes sense. Even though the system wasn't fully implemented yet. If you watch the game, it was better in the second half, but in the first half, for example, because it's like they were playing a 3-4-1-2, a 3-5 to some weird kind of, you know what I mean? The back three, so like Johnny Evans, DeLitt, and Mizraoui. Not once did they play a ball into the midfield, like into Casemiro or Eriksson. But I feel like it was more so by design that he just didn't, he kind of just told them, don't worry about that yet. Because what we were doing to get out of the press, the few times we were able to get out of the press, was like dumping the ball forward to Rashford or Bruno to Garnacho, and then like a little layoff so we can go. And it's like, I can see the system there, and I can see why certain players aren't going to work. Like I told you guys in the group chat, Johnny Evans, that guy is cool. Omari Hutchinson, brother, he had Omari Hutchinson looking like a prime Mo Salah. He was cooking Johnny Evans left, right, center, upside down, top of the field, back of it, everywhere. It was bad. And it's like, maybe this is a bias on my part, but I don't remember how many subs he made. He made at least 4 subs, I think, during the course of the game. And the reason why I'm also as happy with what I saw is because I called the subs. I told you guys, Johnny Evans is not cutting it. He's out of there. Eriksson's not cutting it. He's out of there. I was saying, because I was watching it with my pops, I was saying to him, Rashford's looking horrible in the second half. He's out of there. And then, I don't know, like I said, there's a lot of guys that are still out injured, like Kobe Manu's still kind of nursing his way back in slowly but surely. But I think he's going to bridge the gap between the back three and the front three a lot more. I feel like all in all, man, like it wasn't the result was the result. Like 1-1 isn't good. But if you look at the goal that they scored, like if that's the goal that we're going to concede to be 1-1, I'm okay with it. Because how many times is that really going to, you know what I mean? Mind you, they did have better chances. Like Onana saved us throughout the entirety of the game.
Seeing that, like bare times.
They had way better chances than what they scored on, but Onana kept us in. And this is what I'm saying, like, I think Johnny Evans was definitely at fault for the first one, or for the first big chance anyways. And there's a few other opportunities where like they'd get corners out of nothing, or just whatever the case was, because the man just shut off or he's too slow to react. And I don't blame him, like the guy is, he's a senior citizen at this point, like, you know what I mean? It's cool. Like, same with Eriksson. Like, it's cool. Like, do a job as like a little placeholder. But in the grand scheme of things, bro, that's what other people I feel like need to keep in mind. Like, 95% of the team that we have right now probably aren't going to be here when...
Moving forward.
Yeah, like when Amorim's plan, like, is at its peak, 95% of the team is not going to be here. You know what I mean? So it's like, we haven't had a transfer window yet. We'll see what he ends up changing in January, if he can change that much. I feel like January is always kind of like really tight to make moves and everything, especially when you just come in now and like there's guys that are already injured and whatever the case may be. So they might have to figure some stuff out. But I like the first game. I'm happy with what I saw. And I feel like people just need to keep in mind, bro, it's a long-term process. Like even with Ten Hag, I'm guilty of this too. Ten Hag had 2.5 years, bro, and we got him out of there. That's not enough time for you to turn around a club. Like, you know what I mean?
I know. That's why I'm saying, like, I'm preaching patience right now. Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. Whenever I hear him speak about the plan or, like, moving forward, obviously there's optimism there. Like, he even sat down with Neville the other day, spoke about his plan, and he's not caring what the outside noise is saying. He knows that it's going to come with the job. So, you know what? As long as we see that steady growth, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Right? As long as we see steady, because from what you're saying, first match, and it's first match day. Like,
that's what I mean.
Like, down. If we're talking about, this, it's all right. It's all right, guys. It's okay. Let's see some more body of work. But yeah, I'm gonna preach patience with this because right now, call me optimistic or whatever, like I said, but I do believe in the plan. I do.
Yeah. I feel like it's super easy just to get behind a new manager and just at least, try to keep it clean. You know what I mean? Like, stop with all the... I find United's fan base, especially on Twitter...
So toxic.
Oh, my God.
It's really bad. It's very bad.
It's horrible. Bro, it's like United fans can't prop up one player or one thing without destroying something in the team. And mind you, I literally just went off on Johnny Evans saying how he's crap. I'm part of the problem sometimes. You know what I mean? But I'm not perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man.
But I feel like that's what other people have to keep in mind as well, bro. Like you were saying, the progress thing, it's not linear, bro. Like, it's not like he came in. I think we're 12th right now. I believe when he came in, I think we were
Yeah, something
13th,
like that, yeah.
12th, or whatever the case was.
13.
If we finish this season 6th, 7th, and then the next season after that we're still 6th, 7th, don't try to kill him. You know what I mean? We don't have to go 6,
They
5,
will,
4. Do you know what I mean? Like
You
it
know
doesn't
they
have to
will,
be.
you know.
We don't have to be winning the league in 2-3 years. We can, take our time with this, and that's the other thing.
Yeah.
Like
Top
Emirim's
four. I
not
know
even.
he even said top 4, but
That's hopeful, but whatever the case
yeah,
is,
that's
but
not
it's
hopeful,
like
but not yet.
Emirim's not even 40 years old. I don't think. So it's like,
Yeah, young guy.
let him rock, bro. Like, let's just go through the whole thing. I remember when Klopp was hanging it up with Liverpool, people were saying how like, oh my God, Liverpool legend, because and I'm not saying he's not a legend for Liverpool, but people were saying how like, oh my God, he's been there for so long and whatever. I think he was there for like 9 years or whatever the case was. And it's like, bro, Fergie's was at United for like 26 years. Arsene Wenger was at Arsenal for like 20 some years. You know what I mean? It's like, give it time, and it's like, obviously progress is progress. It's a result-based business, as they say, kind of thing. So as long as you're seeing decent results and everything like that, bro, let Amorim rock. Like, I'm not saying ink him to a 20-year deal, but
let's not 2.5, bro. Like,
yeah, give him some slack. And the thing is too, I feel like Ten Hag also kind of screwed Amorim over too, because we were so ready to like give Ten Hag the keys that we were just like, yeah, whatever you want, 100 mil for Anthony, sure. You know what I mean? All this type of stuff, and it's like, look how that happened. So now I feel like Amorim's kind of have like a tight leash now, because I feel like if he goes over to Ineos and is like, yo, I want this amount for this, they're gonna be like, prove it first, and then we'll give it to you. You know what I mean? Where it's like, I don't know, bro. But
we're not gonna be as trigger happy in that sense.
Yeah, I'd hope not, anyways. But I mean, certain guys, it's clear in the system. Certain guys are gonna have to be moved around and whatever. Because like I said, like 95% of the team's not gonna be here, and whether that's by like timeline, like they're just gonna be a little too older, like they don't fit the right timeline, or if it's ability wise, you know what I mean? Like as much as I think Bruno had a really good game in that first game, is he gonna be there when we're at our peak? You know what I mean? I don't know what the timeline looks like on that. How good is Bruno gonna be when he's 35? You know what I mean? Because that might be where we're at with things, But yeah, man, we'll see how it goes. But flipping sides to the other side of Manchester, we don't have to talk about this like that. I just want to have to throw it in there. But Pep's done lost 5 games in a row. 5 games in a row. They stink. Ha! Just I see. Have you guys seen the pictures? Actually, I'll put it up if I can find it. Have you guys seen? Because they just they just had I believe it was a Champions League game today, and they blew a 3-0 lead.
Oh, they did?
They blew a 3-0 lead. They ended up drawing the game to Feyenoord, but they were up 3-0 at halftime. Brother, did you see Pep's face after, like in the post-match thing? The guy looked like he got jumped. Like he had like a cut on his nose, like his forehead was all cut up or whatever. And I'm like, this guy said, "I want to harm myself." Like, jokes aside,
I saw that.
We should. I don't know what way he said that. Yeah, like jokes aside, I don't know in what way he kind of said that, like the tone in his voice and whatever. But like, you know what I mean? Let's keep an eye over there, because that's what I mean. And the thing is too, like, I know like Pep is very passionate, which is honestly something I respect from him too, because from someone that's won everything multiple times over and like still how passionate he is about winning and about the product looking nice, you know what I mean? We gotta watch out for that, because brother, like I get it, he must be frustrated. He just signed on for another year, I think, like past this season with City. We'll see what happens after that. I wasn't even expecting him to ink on another year. I thought he was gonna be, gone at the end of the season, because I thought Brazil was calling and he was going to go over there, Joga Benito and everything like that. But, man. But City stink. So
good downfall. I love it.
Man.
It means more to me than anything else. And, yeah, man. This brings joy to my soul.
Really?
And Liverpool.
I can't stand that team, bro.
I didn't notice. I saw this on Twitter. Because right now, Liverpool are top of the table. They got an 8-point lead. Apparently, the last time Liverpool had an 8-point lead this early in the season, they won. So, hey, you know what I mean? Might have someone dethroning the champs this season. And, we'll just see how it goes.
Yeah.
But isn't the Ballon d'Or missing?
Huh?
They're missing a few key players though now, right?
Oh, that merch. Oh, my God. Do you guys want to get into that? Cause have you guys seen
Yes,
what that loud mouth has been
I know,
saying?
fam. That nigga's been talking a lot. No
Oh
cap.
my
For someone that doesn't talk a lot, he sure does talk a lot.
brother, that guy. You see, when you give certain people a spotlight, they just don't know how to act no more. They just start thinking they're
I
bigger
know,
than what they
bro.
really are.
Yeah, bro.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
popping his trash.
That guy's trying to say, Ronaldo doesn't have any natural talent. Bro, what? Is he just a
Oh
gym
my
shark
God.
athlete? Is that what you're saying? What are we
Nah,
talking about? But yeah, what do you guys think of the whole Rodri thing? How he's been, all of a sudden the man, like quoting Neymar, the guy's a talker now. You know what I mean? He talks now all of a sudden. How are we
Way
feeling
too
about
much.
it? How are we feeling about it?
He's too gassed. Way too gassed. I don't even know if he should have got it anyways. That's another topic.
I know that he shouldn't have. How about that? I know.
Yeah.
I agree.
So he got it. He got it. We can't change the history. That's fine. But let's pump the brakes, brother. Let's pump the brakes.
That's what I mean.
Because bro's mentioning Ronaldo. Bro, like you said, Neymar. Like, yo, what's going on, brother? It's okay. It's okay. Don't do too much now.
That's the
Don't do
thing.
too much.
It's like, bro, understand like that you were even
Respect
that
the
you
game,
were
please.
blessed. Thank you. Respect the game, but understand that you were blessed to even be in this position. Stop chatting to the big dogs over there. You don't need
Just
like
out
you know
here.
what I mean. You're like a little chihuahua right now, just barking at all these big dogs. But when the big dogs come to you, now it's gonna be whimpering behind your owners and whatever. Like, bro, get up out of here. This guy's so. He tried to give Vinny advice, bro. I'm like, bro, for what? He's a better player than you. What are we doing?
Oh, man.
And it's like, I think Milan said it a few weeks ago when it had initially come out or whatever. Bro, like 30 years from now, 20 years from now, there's gonna be kids that are like, oh yeah, no, Rodri's better than Iniesta, he's better than Xavi, he's better than Busquets because he has a Ballon d'Or. Those guys don't have nothing. Bro,
Stop.
oh my god, like I don't think I understand that FIFA have their own agendas. Like it's abundantly clear they have their agendas. That's whatever.
They got agendas.
But it's like I don't think they understand what they just started. You know what I mean? Like this is gonna come to fruition 20 years from now, where now Rodri's in all-time midfielder talks and everything like that. And I'm like, bro, what? What are we?
That's gonna be
Bro,
insane.
Rodri doesn't really have like I don't know if niggas gonna carry his legacy like that, fam.
He's not.
Who do you know is a big fan of Rodri?
This is what I'm saying.
He got no cachet, like no cachet.
Yeah,
He got no.
He's a Busquets regen, bro. Like that's really what it is. And Busquets was better than him. I don't care what anybody tells me. But I don't know.
I see what you're saying. Like the future, they better not bring me no agendas.
Bro, I'm telling you,
like the ones you mentioned.
There's a lot of agendas going on right now that we're gonna have to deal with in 20 years from now. As in, like, this is just what it was. Like, this is probably the worst. Dang, do I want to go say that? I do.
What?
He's probably the worst Ballon d'Or winner in recent memory. Potentially ever.
I
really gotta.
That's a good take.
Yeah. I wasn't sure how it was going to be perceived. If a certain somebody was here, I would have gotten some flack for that. But shout out to Milan. I don't know, bro. I feel like just take your award. Be gracious. Like just be grateful. You know what I mean? Be gracious in victory, and then go right off in the sunset. Recover, do your thing, help your team because they're struggling right now.
Exactly.
And don't worry about Vinny. Don't worry about. I don't even know what the question was to ask about Ronaldo and Messi because you shouldn't be talking on either of them. For all I care about. But you know what I mean? Leave everything out their mouth. But one of the things this isn't even something really to talk about for real, but I like how close the Brazil national team is, bro. Like, did you see on social media? Like, it was almost like a civil war was going on when they heard that Vinny wasn't going to win no more. Like, every Brazilian player was up in arms on social media, bro. Like, Neymar was there, Richarlison, Lucas Paqueta was there. Everybody. I was like, dang.
But I'm gonna be honest. I think the whole world was in the fam. Zidane said something.
Oh yeah, that's true too. And the legends are speaking out too.
Palmer, like,
if they're talking, it's like something's wrong. If everyone's talking, like something's wrong.
This ain't it.
You're right.
Yeah.
But man, that's just nasty. Like, just take your little award that we gave to you for charity, and then You know what I mean? Keep it pushing.
Yeah, bro, gotta move like Kendrick.
Uh-oh. Perfect
Take your
segue.
constellation prize and get out of here. Hey, let's get it, bro.
Perfect segue. So,
Kendrick better at his craft than Rodri at his craft.
undoubtedly so.
That's
Undoubtedly.
debatable.
No,
Oh,
Joe. Let's
come
not
on,
do
yo,
that.
yo,
Let's
yo,
not
yo.
do that.
You see this bias? You see this agenda right now, bro? What you
Guess what I'm
thinking?
gonna bring on? Yo, guess what I'm gonna bring up, guys? Roger has one Ballon d'Or.
Because
I'm joking. Y'all got
I've already
Kendrick
done it.
Kendrick got multiple classics.
Yeah.
You can see that at least. So
I
I
feel
ain't gonna
like
play with him like that, bro.
news kind of recently just broke, and I'll let Emmanuel fact check all this kind of stuff because I might miss out certain details.
Yeah, I could. And Skyler, if you want, I could just.
You know what? You go
give
ahead.
guys
You
a-
take it. Give the
Okay.
synopsis, bro, because you're more
So
educated.
this is. I'm gonna break it down.
Academics. Emmanuel academics. I'm academics.
Academics is crazy, but to break it down for everybody listening at home, basically why Drake is suing UMG is because Drake is alleging that during his negotiation with UMG, they refused to give him what he wanted. Apparently, he wants about 600 mil. The last deal was 400 mil, and that was after Scorpion. So from Scorpion till now, 400. So now he's asking for 600, and they did not want to give that to him. So what he's alleging is that they used the beef with Kendrick Lamar, they fueled it so that his image and by then his value, because rap and music is kind of based around people messing with you, people listening to you, people liking you, you being cool. So by fueling the beef, they kind of dip his value, and now they don't have to give him as much as he's asking for. And other people also, like other labels, are not gonna want to give him the same amount because now his name is kind of crazy, in the media everywhere. So he's alleging that they like faked, like bought it a lot of like at least 67 streams. Like he's alleging that they use Siri. Like every time someone said Drake, they played Not Like Us. You feel me? Like crazy tactics, fam. I'm not gonna lie. I knew me personally. I knew it was bonded when I went on YouTube, fam, and seen the music video for Not Like Us, 178 million, and the audio, the exact same amount, 178 millions. Fam, that doesn't happen. There's no other two songs that you can find where the audio and the music video match the views like that closely, fam. So that's a red flag, because if you want to listen to Not Like Us, Spotify, DSPs, nobody goes on YouTube to listen to music. They go to watch the video. Usually the music video has a lot more than just the audio of the song. But it's not the case in this case. I don't know. Go figure. Ask Jelani, bro.
Hey, Jelani, what's your take on this? I'm Switzerland in this whole. Oh, I'm not really Switzerland, but I don't have as strong of an opinion as Jelani or Milan would. See, if Milan was here for this, this would be a 2-hour episode. But
I know.
Milan ran. He ran. He ran. Milan.
Oh man. Honestly though, I'm always objective. Always objective. No matter if it's sports, entertainment, it doesn't matter. So I see where Drake is coming from. The timing of this makes it look bad, right? Post Kendrick album, post beef. So that's why the first reaction is, "Whoa, you're doing this now? Oh yeah, you soft. You soft. Like, what is this?" And you're seeing this from everybody, like in the rap game. Like Twitter was going crazy when this happened, and a lot of people, whether it was Kendrick's people, like some TDE guys, or randoms, or other rappers, were like, "Yo, this ain't hip hop." So that's understandable, obviously. But I think with what Emmanuel's breaking down, because even I'm still trying to read up on it, right? So I know surface level of everything going on, but UMG obviously they run everything, right? They do. Like whatever whoever you're listening to, it's ran by UMG, and like I know he's got that relationship with Grange, who's the CEO, and their relationship got pretty sour. And I do remember I forgot it was around the Scorpion time, but like when Drake was talking about, yo, let me get 200 more because I'm worth it. I'm the biggest artist in the world, rapper in the world and whatnot. So you can't fault him for wanting more, especially if he deserves more, which true. And the thing with the labels, we all know how they do everybody wrong. They do everybody dirty.
Yeah.
So and the thing is, if you're doing Drake dirty, come on, that's Drake. You know what I mean? He's the top of the mountain. So that's why you're always taking the side of the artist over the label. That's every single time because you know how dirty this game is. So again, in that case, I'm not mad at it at all, really, because again, if I'm that big, if I know how successful I've been under the label, if I feel like it's basically like I saw Emmanuel, you messaged before podcast. It's basically looking for a re-up in your max contract. Like you want a max,
Yeah.
for the max. If I met everything in the contract, I deserve it. I'm gonna bring it to the table. So I'm expecting, obviously, and I think that in that case, that's fine. We obviously know like there was talks like earlier this year. Like I remember Larry Jackson, from Gamma said how big Drake really is as an artist. 70s, 80s combined, he's just bigger than those eras.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna roast him for that. I'm just not. But I think it's more so the timing. I really just think it's more so the timing of this. And because of how big Not Like Us was as a track, because of the beef, like the going back and forth and stuff with Kendrick, who's another superstar in the game with you, it just looks bad. And a lot of people, again, I'm being objective, but a lot of people saying that he took an L here in the beef, having that being said, and then post those comments by everybody, post that narrative, start following that narrative, then having this coming out, right? And then I'm seeing other people say, yo, Drake, you're the same one that benefited from the same thing when he was going after Meek and blah blah blah. So again, it's just so there. I'm trying to see from both sides. The one side of it being the UMG and the money and all that stuff, but from the other side of things and why people are saying, yo, this isn't hip hop, yo, this is weird, yo, why you moving whack right now and stuff like that is because of the timing. So Emmanuel, I don't know if you agree with that, but people are saying, it's crazy at the same time because I remember he was on that stream the other day, no?
Yeah, it was XQC.
Yeah, and he was talking. I think they brought it up a little bit. Like he was just saying, like in general, he's just not phased by nothing really. So he's saying he's not phased, and then this happens. You know what I mean? And then Steve Lacy, I know he brought him up as a fragile op and whatever.
Yeah, that's
and then now people are saying, well, Drizzy, you're being a fragile op now because we filing lawsuits. You know what I mean? So it's kind of it's a tricky situation. We'll see how it goes, but I think it's the timing. I don't know about you.
I feel like it's different, and I agree with some of what you're saying, but I feel I'm gonna be honest, bro. I feel like people are only gonna understand what they want to understand. Most people that feel like Jelani just said didn't even read up on it. What they think is Drake is suing Kendrick.
Yeah. He's not going after Kendrick.
That's the thing, right? But the thing is, with hip hop fans, because they already have a narrative and they already don't like Drake, they don't have any incentive to look the shit up and actually read up on it. They already have their mind made on who he is, so they're not even gonna give it a fair fam. That's anybody, even Math Hoffa, right? To your point, saying that everybody feels like that. I don't think so because people that actually understand and deal with labels are like, fam, this isn't really about Kendrick. This is bigger than Kendrick at this point. Because, fam, you guys have to understand how hard it is to recoup. When you sign to a label, they give you $500,000, right? Off a stream that you make, you already make 0.000 something. They take your percentage. So off that money that you make, they take, let's say, like 70%, and you're supposed to have your royalties of 30%. They take that 30% to pay your debt, that $500,000 that they gave you in advance. So you gotta recoup from that 30%. For you now to recoup $400 million, that means you've at least made them twice that, if not more, you know? So for you to be like, fam, you've done everything and you've recouped, which most artists don't recoup. Most artists, they just keep giving them more money and they just stay in the red until they get dropped by the label like Meek. It's like, okay, we've made enough money off you anyways. We'll just ride this off. We'll just let you go. That's why he kind of fell off too, you know. So it's kind of like he's playing this bigger game, but like because they already weaponized the hip hop community, they're not gonna like get this, fam.
You know what's
It's
weird
not.
about it though, and it's like, I guess tying it into other artists and everything like that. 'Cause obviously, like Jelani was saying, like we all know, bro. Like Drake is top of the mountain. You know what I mean? There's no one that's rival that's really
Outside of Taylor, and Taylor did it.
the rap game. I'm more so talking about the rap game.
Yeah,
But
the
yeah,
rap
okay,
game,
sure.
yeah,
Taylor
right,
Swift,
right.
whatever. I'm surprised there's not more artists speaking out about it because it's like I think it was Jelani that was saying it. Like, yeah, bro. Like if you're screwing over Drake, what am I gonna get when it's my time to now step up to the plate and this is what's going on? You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I feel like there's a lot, and the thing that's stupid about it too, bro. And not to get back into this whole beef, we can leave that closed.
We can bring it back. Let's go, man.
We can leave it. We can see what's going on. Maybe next week when Milan's back on, if this stuff is still relevant, we can have a proper discussion, everything like that. But bro, what they're trying to say about Drake and what is going around with Drake's name and his image now, like the words people are using to describe him and everything like that. What was it even from? Like Kendrick just came out of nowhere, said it, and everyone was like, "Yeah, facts. He is this." And it's like, bro, like Kendrick said he had a daughter, bro. Where's the thing? You know what I mean? Like I feel like he was trying to do what Pusha did a few years ago, and I get it. Like Pusha, you know, yeah, you're having a son, and backed it because he really. No, Pusha cooked him because he really had a son. You really caught him out
really
like
bad.
that.
That's really bad.
It was horrible.
But can we talk about that for a second?
Which,
Can we
Push?
talk about that for a second? The push thing, right?
no, Emmanuel, he cooked him. Let's stop. He cooked him. Let's.
No. I just want to hear someone's perspective on this, right? Okay, let me ask you both a question. Have you both ever seen J. Cole's son? Are you guys aware that J. Cole has a family?
Yes, I
Because
know
he
he has
does.
kids.
I've seen it. No.
But that's my point, right? These celebrities, some of these celebrities, they don't want, especially a nigga like Drake, if you know how he got the son of this girl and then he did the paternity test and he wasn't sure, fam, I feel like Push painted this narrative and I feel like that was the genius part to paint the narrative, but that's not actually what the real story is. He did have, fam, there's pictures of Drake with his newborn baby. Like, it was never a deadbeat thing. It's just that Push knew the information, so he twisted it. And like I'm like, fam, if the nigga's actually a deadbeat, I get it. But if it's not, like to me, like it gotta be some type of
Still
truth
lost,
to it,
bro.
fam.
I hear you.
But
No, I hear
Still
you.
got cooked.
I hear you. I think it just makes it like Drake himself helped that narrative along because after that went off, now I'm seeing Adonis doing this, doing that. He gave him a music video. Adonis is here. Like now I'm seeing Adonis everywhere. Prior to that coming out, no one knew he existed, bro. Like no one was, no one knew nothing about it. Yeah, so now
even then, like, yeah, I feel like he had a time with that too, because there was a period when that happened, and he was like, I still don't want to show my kid or whatever.
yeah,
And he probably had a moment to be like, yo, fam, to be honest, I'm Drake, I'm the biggest artist in the world.
yeah.
They seem, like, fuck it.
Don't
But
get
I
me
get what
wrong.
you're saying.
I get it from like I feel like if you're a celebrity too, especially one as big as Drake, like yeah, sometimes like I think he said it in a song. But yeah, you want to shelter your kids away from all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? You want to try to let them grow up normally, as normal as they can grow up in a friggin' mansion and all that kind of stuff, whatever. But yeah, I don't know. Just tying it back, I just feel like it's also dumb because all of it came out from Kendrick saying X, Y, and Z. But as far as I'm concerned, where was the facts? Like we just said it and people just took it and ran with it, and now he's got a Super Bowl. How do you guys feel about that? Actually, let's screw this stuff for a second. How do you feel about Kendrick getting the Super Bowl over Lil Wayne? Because
I think, yeah. So I know the Cowboys won't be there, but it's gonna be a great day.
I knew that was coming.
Nah, Patrick Mahomes that day. Anyway, but nah, I think it's gonna be fine. I think it's gonna be a good show. Kendrick has actually been on the Super Bowl stage as a guest, of course, in 2021 season in LA. SoFi Stadium, that was a good show. Dre and Snoop and them went outside. It was Mary J. It was 50 came out of nowhere. We weren't expecting 50. And Eminem. So that was a good show. For this one, New Orleans, Louisiana location. So the thing is this. So Mercedes-Benz the Superdome in Louisiana, it's already hosted the Super Bowl in bare times. I think it's like the second most hosted Super Bowl venue or top 3 or something like that. Anyway, so post 2000, I think it's been there probably only 2012 when the Ravens beat the Niners, and then this upcoming February, if I'm not mistaken. Oh yeah, in 2002 as well with the Patriots. But anyway, so that point being, there's been other times that it's been there. So the thing that I saw, it's not really my take. It's just stuff I saw when it was announced was, okay, where's Lil Wayne? Of course. Lil Wayne, he's the guy when it comes to New Orleans. He is Louisiana. We know that. But I wonder, because in 2012 season, when they had Beyonce do it with Destiny's Child, I know that's Beyonce. But I just want to know, was there the same, because there's no, like, I was on Twitter at that time. Was there the same, talks about where's Lil Wayne? Why isn't Wayne doing it in Louisiana? So there's that point. I get it's Beyonce, but still, same thing. Is it because, just people that didn't feel like Kendrick deserved it after the beef, after the stuff he dropped? Is it because he's not from there? So is it that? There's other questions that I had just on what people are saying, because I thought it was more not giving kudos. I think we should give props to Kendrick, because again, look, in terms of the beef, he did put up good numbers.
Oh my God, he's gonna bring up the numbers after what we just said, bro.
Hey, I'm not UMG. I'm not Spotify. I'm not UMG. I'm not UMG. Look, he is one of the biggest rappers right now.
Brother,
Is he not? Is he not? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Broski.
Yes or no? Yes or no question? No. Yes or no question?
I'm gonna answer you with context, though.
Yes or no? Yes or no? That's what I'm asking for. I'm only asking yes or no.
Kendrick Lamar.
See, you can't say yes or no.
I can't, fam, because that's not a fair question. Right now he's relevant. Yes, right now he's
for the
relevant.
National Football League. Right now, looking across of the space in 2024, rappers, is he relevant enough to host a Super Bowl halftime show? And think about who's running it, Jay-Z. When he looks across the landscape,
I still give it to Wayne.
yes or no?
Yes or no? I still give it to Wayne, bro. I think Wayne is more relevant last space than Kendrick.
I'm just saying, based on the year that he had, like with the beef, with everything, he's
Based
back
off
up
the
now.
year, yeah, but
No, that's my point. That's my point, because I'm trying to give you the NFL's perspective. I'm trying to give you, because he was a part of that beef, because he's Kendrick Lamar, because of the year, and he's one of the best of the generation. Yes or no?
So
but Jelani,
I feel like
it's not his own merit. He's using someone else's name to get hot. Is my point.
Yeah.
If he did it without dissing anybody and he just made great music and they were like, let's give it to him. Yes, I get that. But fam, his last album was not good.
I feel like no one would care. I feel like no one would care about Kendrick hosting Super Bowl if it was like either last year or next year. I feel like because it was so
why is there an
fresh,
issue this year?
because of the beef. So to Emmanuel's point, it feels like, and now whether this is the case or not, because Kendrick is still one of the biggest artists of the generation, everything like that. Like, we're not trying to take those flowers away. But I feel like the fact that they announced that Kendrick's going to be headlining the Super Bowl halftime show, like within the same stretch of this beef, it feels like it's just a reactionary thing. Whereas if he had the Super Bowl last year or next year, whatever the case was, no one would care. People would be amped, because up until this beef, no one was really hearing about Kendrick like that. Like, he wasn't putting anything out really.
But if I'm the NFL and I'm seeing, he's popping right now, why don't we use him?
That's true. That's a very
fair point. He's on a high right now.
That's a true point.
Arguably highest high of his career in a minute.
And why?
So why don't we use him right now?
No, that's a good point.
I know it's because of beef, but I'm saying the NFL's perspective. I'm trying to give it to you.
Because of beef, but it's not just because of beef. Say the name, fam. It's not just because of he could have beef with anybody. He would not have gone this hot, fam.
Yeah, but again,
because of one person.
Yeah, Drake.
Because of one person. Thank you.
But I'm saying though, is it not justified for the NFL to say, you know what, we see this moment right now, we see that he's back up all of a sudden, why don't we use him?
Yeah,
That's
no,
my
a-
only thing.
That's a good point.
And that's not even disrespecting Lil Wayne. I think the NFL wasn't trying to disrespect Lil Wayne, right? And again, look, the people that are running it, for the most part, you know, we know what they look like, right? So they probably don't understand. And that's the other thing. So if you do have an issue with this, then you're like, yo, what's Jay-Z trying to cook here? What are they trying to cook? You know, the people that are running the Super Bowl halftime show at Apple Music, why isn't Lil Wayne? Because if Lil Wayne was the act, I'd be so hyped for it, right? Because he's a legend. He's arguably the GOAT, of course, right? So it's kind of it's a tough situation because I just don't want. Now it got to a point when it got dropped, like that Kendrick was performing. It got to a point where people were either disrespecting Kendrick's career, which I think that's too far. Like don't forget what he's done over the course of his career. And then the people on the other side who are happy that Kendrick's performing, we're disrespecting Lil Wayne. And we're not going to disrespect Wayne, right? I'm not somebody that's going to disrespect a guy I consider one of the greatest of all time. So for me, I think just in general speaking, in general terms, because Kendrick's doing it, I get it. But and look, initially I was like, okay, is he going to bring him out? You know, as a guest, but I'd be like, no, that's crazy. No, I took that back. I was like, no, that'd be crazy because Wayne would want to be the act.
Yeah, come on,
You know what I'm saying?
fam.
So I don't know who he's gonna bring out. I don't know.
You know who's
a lot
gonna
of people.
bring out?
You
fam.
bring out
You know
Taylor
who's
Swift.
gonna
That's who's gonna bring out.
bring out. Nah, it's not.
They're gonna bring out Taylor Swift. Let the Chiefs be in the
Bring
Super
out-
Bowl. They're gonna bring out Taylor
He's
Swift.
gonna bring out
Watch.
SZA. He's gonna bring out the West, fam. He's gonna bring out his dogs. Like I don't know.
Gonna bring out DeMar DeRozan.
But you see, the
He
only
said
thing
schoolboy
there,
cute.
the only thing there is, and this is where I'd agree with you guys. I don't want it to become a West Coast show,
Yeah.
especially if it's not in the West. This is
That's what I'm saying.
Louisiana.
Yeah.
So
This is dirty
if
South.
when we're talking about the guests, like I don't know, like Sky, like for you, like who do you
SZA.
think you should bring out?
That's
If
what I'm
anybody.
saying. I don't. You gotta. You're not gonna bring
I don't
out anyone affiliated with Drake. That's clear. We know that. You're not gonna. Well,
Yeah.
I don't even know who's still really affiliated with Drake after all. I feel like a lot of people
That's the
quieted
thing.
down. But to your point, yeah, it doesn't make sense to have a whole lot of guys from the West Coast because this is the dirty. This is the South. You know what I mean? Not. Well, you gonna bring an NBA young boy? You know what I mean? Like I don't know. What are you gonna do, bro? You gotta.
in jail.
Oh yeah, shoot, yeah. You have to
Can't come
bring
out
out someone.
anyways,
I
unfortunately.
don't know who's from Kevin Gates. Who's from Louisiana like that, where people are gonna get. You know what I mean?
He's gonna get
This
too
is
freaky.
this is what I'm saying. But this is why I also feel like Lil Wayne should have it, just because those ties it would make more sense. And it's like to your point, Jelani, they're riding the wave of Kendrick, which is smart.
That's my only point. That's my only point.
That's a smart thing for them to do business wise. Because yeah, right now, for all intents and purposes, Kendrick is gonna get the same reception as Drake. Because Kendrick drops, everyone's gonna go flock into that and say, "Oh, what's he saying?"
That's my only point. That's my only
But-
point.
Yeah.
But it's like, is this the beef you want to attach to? There were some nasty things that people said in this beef, bro. And it's like, do you want to associate yourself with this type of circle? Like, this wasn't a clean beef, bro. This was like, not that there's ever a clean beef, but you know what I mean? Like, there was a lot of things that they said. What was your point?
And two things, you're right. I just thought of something, fam. Two things. I feel like this is like a moment versus legacy thing. I feel like Lil Wayne has a legacy in Louisiana. I feel like Kendrick is having his moment. But also, like Skyler said, fam, like, I feel like if we really look at Kendrick's discography, who he stands for as an artist, fam, I feel like the antithesis of that is the NFL, fam. Isn't he the guy that wants to free the slaves? Now he's gonna go work for the worst organization or considers like what? Like
Yeah.
after all the come on, fam,
That's
think
fair,
about it,
that's
fam.
fair.
I'm starting to look at Kendrick a little different, fam. Just think about it, fam. He's been preaching this, black that, fam. When it comes down to it, where is K-Dot, fam? Where is he, fam? The election went on. The black woman was on. Where's Kendrick? Kendrick?
No, that's kind of yeah.
But, like outside of music, like I'm gonna be honest, I feel like Kendrick. Okay, this might be a little blasphemous, but I think he used and he weaponized the black plight to make a career. but I don't know if Kendrick really stands on it like that. Like Pac, you could tell. Pac did shit outside of. Fam, when have you seen Kendrick stand up for black people and be like, yo, this is what we're gonna. He always talks about destruction. Fuck you, fuck that, f that.
He has songs for it. He does it in the community. He's been in the community. What are you talking about?
Right? No, fam. What community, bro? We don't see Kendrick out here. What community?
Oh, he provides for the community that he's from.
Brusky,
He's
when
talking
it
about in
comes
California too.
Brusky, there are
And the
big
songs.
songs.
Just look at the tracks from
Let me
To
ask
Pimp a
you,
Butterfly.
okay, but
Because
fam,
To Pimp a Butterfly was happening during like, all the stuff, the police brutality and stuff. What are you talking about?
Well, fam,
USA.
we'll talk about change. You're talking about music. Music doesn't bring change. I'm sorry, fam. If you actually care about the change that you're talking about, you're gonna do more than just make music, fam. When there's a Kamala Harris versus a Trump, maybe it's time for you to speak up. You feel me? Maybe you should say something. Fam, I feel like at every turn, George Floyd, all these things happen. This guy's never there, fam. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't know. I haven't been tapped in like that in terms of watching what he's been going on. As far as I'm concerned, the last thing that I was paying attention to Kendrick was when he released, what was it? Damn, in 2017 or 2018, whatever it was. I mean, he's been gone since then, according to me. So you're bringing up. As far as you're bringing up all this stuff, man, I don't know what the heck's going on.
Yo, but Skyler, okay, and let's ask Jelani. Jelani, what do you think about the album, fam? We didn't even talk about.
Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about the album.
Yeah.
Discrepancy, big news.
Well, again, I gotta go back to the same point, bro. I gotta go back to the same point because he was talking about stuff that black people cared about during the mid 2010s when he dropped To Pimp a Butterfly. So I disagree with that claim. Anyway,
What claim?
that he's not down with he's not
Tony,
talking
you're
culture
the-
or anything.
That's not what I said. I said he doesn't do anything to bring change outside of music. Music doesn't bring change. We need a voice.
Music could bring
Should the
change.
black? No, it
It
cannot.
can bring change. It
No,
can.
it cannot. Brother,
can.
music brings hope. Music brings people an escape. Music doesn't bring change. They killed MJ, fam. If you want to talk about music that couldn't make change, he's the biggest artist, and they still got rid of him. Music doesn't do anything, fam.
I don't get that point.
But what I'm saying is, they killed MJ,
That's not
and
me
he
to
was
do
the
that.
biggest artist. But what I'm saying is, he was talking about change. He was talking against Sony. He was going against the system, and they got rid of him, fam. At least he was speaking up. I feel like Kendrick.
What does Drake do? Because I
But
think you're just finding
Drake
ways
never
to hate on bro.
But Drake never claimed to be the black savior. Did he?
When did Kendrick say, "Yeah, I'm the black savior"?
Broski, fam. He has an album with a crown on his head like
And
Jesus.
same thing. Drake
What
saying,
does that say?
"Oh,
No,
the
answer
slaves."
that. What is that?
What, he's calling the
What
slaves?
is that thing? No, he's rapping like he wants to free the slaves, but he's not doing it. Jelani, you're
Yeah, but
dancing around the
why
point.
Why is Drake
Dancing
alluding
around
to
the
that?
point.
That's crazy. You know that's crazy
What do
too.
you mean? What?
Alluding to freeing slaves? What, we slaves still?
Fam, he talks
crazy.
like he wants to free the slaves.
Hey,
listen,
I'm not trying to get canceled right now.
His whole plight is about that, but you're dancing around the point, fam. What has he
No, I
done?
think,
Outside of music?
again, I think, my point is, the music can be used to change.
When did that ever
change?
happen?
And during the time, he was
When
looked
did that
as the
ever
guy.
happen?
He was looked as the guy to help change in America. In
Jelani,
terms of the music side.
When
You
has
can't
music
deny that though. You can't deny
when
that.
has music ever
I
helped?
don't think you
bring
listen
change?
to Pimp a Butterfly.
I'm asking you a question, fam. When has music helped bring change in people's lives? Like tangibly. When has music helped people? Fam, you're just chatting right now, fam.
You just pointed it out with Michael Jackson.
He was
They don't care about us, for example. It was used as a stepping stone towards change during the '90s. What are you talking about?
Broski, how
So
is it?
you're countered. You're
talking about
counting your own
music.
point.
Broski, Kendrick made all that music. People were still dying. George Floyd happened after Kendrick. Music is not bringing change. You gotta go out there and actually make the change happen, bro. When has Kendrick ever
So what's
spoke out
your boy
anything?
doing? So what's your boy doing? What's your boy
Like I
doing?
said before, my
Because
boy
because it seems like every time we bring up Kendrick and Drake, you always try to find a way. You always try to find a way to go after Kendrick and say, "Oh yeah, he's doing this and this and this." So what's Drake doing then?
Ronnie, you're dancing around.
What's Drake doing? What's Drake doing?
Listen, fam,
Because I'm not hearing him talk about nothing.
Same
So
time.
what are we talking about here?
Brother,
Hold
you
on.
can't talk and listen at the same time, fam.
No,
Hold on.
it's my turn because you want to talk so much. So it's
Hold
my
on, hold
turn.
on, hold
It's
on,
my
hold on,
turn.
hold on.
Because
Hold on.
I'm just saying, every time you talk about Kendrick,
Let me
I don't
answer
hear
you.
nothing about Drake.
Keep
Let
it on
Drake
track, brother. We're
Can I
getting
answer?
into close.
Can I
We're
answer?
walking a line right
Let me
now.
answer. Brother, Jelani.
I'm just asking. I'm asking a simple question. It's a
And
simple
I'm
question.
about to answer, but you're not listening to my answer. How you gonna understand? Okay, fam, I'm holding Kendrick to the standard that he set. He came in being proclaimed as the black savior, fam. He has an album with Jesus' crown on his head. What are we talking about? Drake never claimed that. Drake claimed to be a certified lover boy, and that's who he is through and through. Kendrick claimed to do black this, black that, the black of the berry. He married a mixed woman. Niggas got a whole hypocrisy. Come on, say how it is, fam. You see, that's what happened. Come on, fam. The black of the berry, and you're gonna wife up a mix. Come on, fam. That's being a hypocrite, brother.
I hear what you're saying.
How's that
But
crazy?
it's not. You can't just pin all of that on Ken. Like I get it. He speaks a certain
I can't
message
do it.
in
I
his
can't do it.
music, but you can't
That he
just.
doesn't live, fam. I feel like he doesn't live it, fam. He's trying to be an activist. He talks like he's
Yeah,
an
but
activist.
To
but
a
he doesn't
degree,
do anything.
every artist, especially in the rap game, does that where they talk about a life that you're not really with that.
Yes.
Now people
I'm
are
right.
talk.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Now people, of course, are going to pinpoint this from Kendrick because obviously it's a different tone from what other people are preaching about, and that's what differentiated Kendrick and everything like that. But I feel like it's too much to just say like, oh, Kendrick, you talking about this, you have to show it because at the end of the day, like not to get all political because I feel like we're kind of varying on a little line right now. Not to get political, what's he really gonna do? You know what I mean? Like you're talking about the Kamala Harris and this, that, and the third, whatever. What's he really gonna do? You know what I mean? Like he could be there.
Support.
I get your point in terms of like, yeah, at least live what you're preaching. And yeah, man, I don't know. I mean,
but Skyler, I agree with you. But what I'm saying is nobody holds him to the fire like that. Everybody says, yeah, they're just capping, but they don't say that about Kendrick, fam. When I feel like that needs to be said too. If we're gonna call the rest of the game out, let's call Kendrick out too. He's the one talking about let's burn everything, fuck everybody. But he's never talking about rebuilding, fam. He's never putting the steps behind that. I'm just holding him to the standard he put down.
Jelani, any rebuttal? Preferably not.
I already said what I had to say. I'm good. I'm not gonna be heard. If I say anything, I'm not gonna be heard. So it's alright.
Nah, you're being heard, but fam, you're not answering the question.
No, it's alright, bro. I already answered the question. Yes, I did. My mic is on. That's a blue mic. I bought it like a year ago. So I'm good.
You didn't hear what I said. Did you hear what Skyler said?
I heard what both of you guys said. I'm listening. I got headphones ready.
But did you hear what Skyler said? He said
I heard
that,
it. I heard it.
So how do you feel about that? Because he's agreeing with me. He's saying Kendrick raps in his rap just like every other rapper.
I said what I had to say today.
Okay. So, you know,
I'm good.
It's okay, fam. You know? Okay, fam. Just chill, man. It's not serious.
I'm good. I'm just saying. I already said what I had to say.
Okay, let's move on.
I said what I had to say. I'm good.
Come on. You're the Kendrick nigga. I'm Drake. I'm supposed to get emotional, fam.
I'm fine. I'm good.
No, I feel like
okay.
if we were doing a spectrum,
this is common talks. This is a fine talks.
So I feel like
we're not always gonna agree. We disagree.
You're my brother, fam.
I'm good, fam.
You're my brother.
And I don't get mad. So
Jelani, drop the gloves. Charlie said, "Screw all this. Drop the gloves." That's it.
I'm good.
No. I feel like Jelani's a little bit. It's not really that fair right now because if we were on a spectrum right now in terms of like this is hardcore Drake and this is hardcore Kendrick, I feel like it's Emmanuel, Milan, me, and then Jelani. I feel like me and Jelani are kind of like the middle right now. So it's kind of a mismatch right now.
I'm hella objective.
Yeah. This isn't really. And I wasn't trying to say anything to pile on in terms of the whole. Like I wasn't necessarily picking a side.
You're being objective. Yeah, you're just saying.
I'm just saying this is how it goes. But yeah, man, I don't know. In terms of the whole, let's bring it back a little bit. Let's bring it back to.
Let's bring it back.
To music, bro.
I'm good. I'm chilling.
We're gonna have to put a public statement out with this, bro.
Jelani, come on, man.
Jelani, I want both of you guys have to be on the
Y'all-
podcast
y'all
next week
bugging.
though, eh? Because now if
You
one of y'all
guys
ain't here
bugging,
next
man.
week, now people are gonna start. Ah man, now they really got into
I'll
beef.
be-
Ah
Like
man,
Jelani's a bad like that. If he's losing it in ball, he's gonna think his ball and leave.
guys,
You guys don't get to play no more. You guys don't play no more.
All right, yo.
I'm kicking that ball to row 41 in the arena, fam. Fuck out of here.
Nobody's playing fast.
All right, let's bring it back a little bit. Let's bring it back into sports. Just because I had seen this, chill. Let's bring it back to sports because I had seen this video early, and I forgot to bring it up. I was going to bring it up when we were talking about NBA stuff. Obviously, I know it's not really a debate thing, but we were talking about LeBron James, this video that I saw. Obviously, dude's still playing out of his mind. Year 22, 21, 20-something, almost 40 years old. And he's still pretty much putting up close to a triple-double a game. His usage rate is still up there. His efficiency is still there. And the video was talking about basically how long do you think it'll take for LeBron to actually die off NBA-wise. Obviously, he said in the thing that he's not playing for that much longer. He said he doesn't know if it's going to be a season or 2 seasons. He said he's not playing till the wheels fall off. So we know that. So we know he's going to be done in a few seasons anyways. But just for fans' sake and speculation's sake, how long do you think it would actually take? Because I was watching this video. I'll tell you guys what the projection was, but I want to hear you guys take first. How long do you think it would take, hypothetically, for LeBron James to just flame out and just, you know what I mean, you're retired because you're just not a serviceable NBA player no more, like we see a lot of guys do? Because up to this point, we've never seen anything like this.
Yeah, I think in like 3 years though he gets hurt because I don't think his body can handle that. Like think about the many minutes that LeBron has played on the NBA court.
You think so?
I feel like at one point your body got to be look at Kobe, And
Yeah.
Kobe took care of himself, like he was in the gym and all that, but that comes at a cost, we're only human. So it's kind of, I feel like one day he would have had an injury that kind of just took him out.
To your point, in the video I see, because the guy was talking about, the guy was talking about Kobe. I had to pull up the video so I could make sure.
I thought, like Bucks was gonna start playing.
To your point, they brought up Kobe in the video because Kobe was one of those guys that, like, he was relatively healthy, and this guy. You guys are gonna have to do some real bonding after this episode, man. You guys are gonna have to.
Not me, bro.
This guy's trolling, man.
Jelani's gonna.
He knows I have to troll it, bro.
This guy's a crazy troll.
Emmanuel, bro, just have your hands up around Jelani, bro.
This guy's
I've known this guy for a while.
crazy.
Jelani comes off like a nice guy, but he has a little, you know what I mean? Once he snaps, it's over, bro. This guy turns into the damn Hulk, bro.
Hey, bro, that whole claim is real, though. I can't.
You see, he's got a little vein in the middle of his forehead. That shit'll start getting a little bit bigger, and it's. You gotta stop with the jokes now, bro.
I'm not too worried, bro.
But So based on the video, actually, Jelani, what was your thought on how long it would take for LeBron to basically flame out?
I've always said that he's gonna retire like 2025. Like this was like back in like 2016ish. Like I felt like he was so good that he could play another decade. Now that his son is here, he's got that done. The thing is, he's still putting up great numbers. Like this is the craziest part, and that's why. Again, like you guys know I'm Jordan, right? But I've been saying, like, not whole debate. I've always told man, like, let me see the body of work. Let me see LeBron's career end, and then I'll come back with a real answer. Because there's some nights where I'm like,
you still feel that way now about let me see the body of work?
Because no, I've always said this after what happened with the Cavaliers, like when he won, I was like, okay, you know what? I want to see how this ends, and then get back to me after that on that debate. But because he's playing so well, because he's still putting up numbers, the Lakers rely on him still, right? You could probably see him, like Emmanuel said, maybe another couple years, like on top of 2026. Maybe 27 is pushing it because I don't know how old he'll be that time. But again, the whole thing is injury, right? Because he's older. I know he's got a body that doesn't get broke down. Like he's always out there and he's playing hard. But again, you got to be realistic. So, yes, father time, there is always always wins at some point, right? He even got Brady at some point, even though he played forever. So I think I would say 2 years, like 2026, end of 26 season. I think that's where it's like he either retires or if he keeps playing, like there is going to be a bit of a drop off to where it's like, all right, God, maybe at this point, but he could keep playing, like he's that good.
That's what I'm saying. So I agree with both your guys' points in the sense of like, because at that age, bro, like if you really do get it, like heaven forbid he actually does get an injury, because at that age your body's not snapping back normal, like you know what I mean, like the way it would versus if you were 23, 24, like 26, like in your physical prime and everything like that. The video I saw, dude, so basically the video that I saw, it basically projected his box plus minus, which is just the overarching, like I think we feel like that's kind of like the most important side in basketball if you're looking at someone's overall game from just a statistical point of view. And basically he had looked at, there's a lot of guys that are in the NBA right now, like so the end of bench guys and the guys that are how did you say, I guess fighting for a contract, like they're not really guaranteed to get a re-up next year if it runs out or whatever. And their box plus minus sits somewhere around like a -2 is basically where it was at. LeBron, I think I don't know what it is for his career, but I think for this season alone, I think his box plus minus is around like a 7. So he's still playing at an All NBA level. Like we know that already. Basically, the projection that this guy had done, based on how, because it is going down, and let's not lie, like it's not like he's still in his prime. He's just having a different prime. You know what I mean? Like he's still just saying. He was saying, brother, 2032 is if you went off the projection alone, so that doesn't include injury or anything like that. But he's just saying if you go off just the box plus minus in the trajectory that it's taking right now, 2032 is when he would officially be okay. We don't know if he's gonna get another contract because he's just not serviceable in the NBA no more. And by that point, I think he's like 45, 46, something like that. Like he's even older than he is now, because at this point, I was kind of having this conversation earlier with my pops too. We know there's been rumors forever now about him being on PEDs and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not gonna lie to you, brother. No, bro. At this point, you have to try to convince me that he's not. The only reason why I'm not saying that is because I haven't seen evidence that he is. But bro, this is unheard of. This is ridiculous. Like,
if he was on PED,
it'd be heartbreaking.
He's not.
I don't think he. Well, I mean, shoot. Is he, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
If he was, that'd be devastating.
Because it's like, there's been a lot of guys in this generation that has played for a very long time. Like LeBron's one of them. Obviously, Jelani just mentioned Tom Brady, who played how long? He played until his mid-40s or something like that.
20. You know what's crazy?
That's what I mean.
The mental aspect of all that you just said is insane. Because Jordan needed the break.
Yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You're not, but like I'm trying to say, this whole generation, there's a lot of guys. Like Ronaldo's almost 40 years old. Messi's pushing. Well, he's in his late 30s, whatever it is. I don't remember Jelani. If you know Nadal, how old was Rafael Nadal? He's close to 40, no?
Yeah, like late 30s and stuff. Like
Federer was the same. You know what I mean?
Like
Serena Williams. All these people, bro, they've been playing. Usain Bolt, like guys have been out here for a very long time before they decided to call it quits. And LeBron's looking like the only guy so far that's like, he's gonna be calling quits like on his merit, like on his like. I just don't feel like playing anymore. You know what I mean? Which is freaky to see.
I think next year.
You think he's gonna call it next year?
I feel so. I got this.
So I saw this
thing.
thing.
Fairy tale ending.
I saw this thing that I think it was maybe last season or in the off season prior to the season started. It was Gilbert Arenas saying it. He said you'll know that, and I haven't actually checked this to know, but he was saying that you'll know it's LeBron's last year when he starts playing every road game, when he's playing every night away, because he knows that's the last time we're really gonna play here. You know what I mean? The Lakers, like LA fans, have 41 times to see him. You know what I mean? Plus playoffs, whatever the case is. But yeah, when he starts playing every game of the away schedule, you know, clock's ticking.
It sucks, fam.
That's how it goes. And we're still without the. We don't have to bring up that conversation again, but we still don't have a clear-cut face, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Something will happen. We'll have to. Someone's gonna get thrusted into that spot. We'll see how the league is after that.
I was gonna say, and no Drake and LeBron moment, fam. That would have been history, fam. Their run is kind of parallel, you know, to a lot of degrees.
Yeah,
that would have been sick.
Yeah. But yeah, Jelani, bro. So you still have that thought of see the final product, see the finished work before you make your take?
I do.
So does
I
that
really
mean
do.
does that mean that there is a world where LeBron does become the greatest of all time in your eyes? So what does
Fam,
he
he
have
has
to
an
do?
NBA cup, fam. NBA cup.
This guy
I don't
talking
really care about
about
that.
cup.
Come on, bro.
I don't
Hey,
care
no,
about that.
that
But
Mickey Mouse cup, bro. No one cares about
Yeah.
that.
I don't care about that. Care about cup foolishness. But I've always said it, like, because it was more so after that Cavs thing, like when he did it in Cleveland. I couldn't call him the GOAT then,
I wouldn't have done it
but
then
what I
either.
saw was, I think people were just, it was crazy what happened. So people were calling him the GOAT after that, but I couldn't do it. Then he won again. I know bubble, but it's a championship.
So
he
what
won
would
it,
you have
like,
to
whatever.
see though for you to be like, yeah, he's the GOAT? Another
I
ring?
mean, I've always said it another, like, I want him at 5. That's what I said. Like in 2020,
You've been
I
saying
said,
that.
"Yo, give me one." I said, "Give me one more, and I might call you to go for real." Because that would mean like you won it in another, like, a late stage, and you're probably the guy still, just based on you and AD, like, and you're doing it in the Western Conference. Yeah.
He's
I
still the
thought, I
guy.
felt like,
Is LeBron still the guy?
He's still the guy.
no, I said like the way it was looking in 2020. I know AD was balling in the bubble, but like it still seemed like there were so many nights where it was LeBron and stuff, and then 21 and it's always LeBron. Even their conference finals run, AD was playing really well, but again, like LeBron looked invincible at times. So
what
I
about
think,
now? What do you think, Jelani? Who's the
Oh,
man
right now? honestly, right now, AD. I
This is
gotta
the
be
first
real.
year. This is the
Because
first year.
AD's,
Fam,
I
he's
gotta give him
going
his props.
crazy, fam.
I
Come
He's
gotta
good, he's
give him his
healthy.
props, man.
Thank you. I just wanted to hear something. Yo, these
I gotta
guys,
give him his props.
Milan, Jelani, even you, Skyler, you
What?
guys used to hate this guy, fam. You're like, yo, he never plays. He's made of glass. I heard it all, fam.
No, yeah, if
Now
he's healthy,
like,
he's a guy. It's just he's not
He's a
healthy
guy,
enough
uh-huh.
usually. But the last season he
Gotta
was
be real.
doing good. This season so far, knock on wood, he's
Yeah.
been healthy, and that's how stuff's
so-
been going. But I don't know
But
for me, I feel like I've
I
been
don't know,
ready to
so-
say LeBron's the GOAT since the record, bro. I feel like I have to be a record.
Who's your goal right now?
Right
Is
now,
it
it
him
has to
or
be
is it-
LeBron because I just can't think of what else you're gonna ask the man to do. Because it's like
That's what it is.
the way I'm
It's
looking at
tough.
it is like, okay, if LeBron's not the GOAT, if you don't want to consider LeBron the GOAT, that's whatever. So what does someone have to do then to be the GOAT? Because right now already LeBron's in a territory where no one else in NBA history has been. And he's going to take this record or all the records he has and he's pushing them so far out to where it's like, dang, records are going to be broken. But it's like, are we, like me, you and you two, are we actually going to see that? Or are we going to be 80-year-old men when there's some friggin' descendant of Jesus himself on the court breaking these records and everything like that? You know what I mean?
Brown came from high school. And Brown came from high school. So it's
And
like,
Brown came from high school. And it's like, I don't know. It's just getting to a point where, like, I firmly believe, like, you're going to see another MJ before you see another LeBron James. And that's based on longevity, that's peak, and everything like that. And that's not to say, because I feel like Jordan's probably had the highest peak of NBA history, like, of all time.
Yes.
Like, the 6 of 6, like, that's the highest peak we're ever going to see. No, that's facts.
Look
But-
at
This
91.
guy said yes. This guy said yes.
No, because he wasn't speaking facts. That is what
Yes.
MJ has the highest peak we've ever seen and probably ever going to see for a very long time. But the longevity side of it, of the peak, we're not seeing that again either, bro. Like, we'll see other guys play this long, but they're gonna be like
But not
Udonis
at this level.
Haslem. You know what I mean? They're gonna be hobbling
Yes.
over to the finish line, like not expected to do anything. You know what I mean? So I don't know. For me, I was ready to call LeBron the GOAT when he broke the scoring record because at that point it's like, dang, you know what I mean? Like that's been something that's standing. And where are we gonna say
that was big.
You know,
That was big. Like that's also why I'm like,
yeah.
that looks really good on the resume.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's a gold star right there.
Like Kareem, like the guys that have the best basketball career from start to finish is him and Kareem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because Kareem, I'm not gonna like people. I think people just forget about Kareem when it comes to goal.
Yeah.
Like, he's before Jordan and LeBron. Like you gotta also mention Kareem with what he did also at UCLA.
Mhm.
I also like when it comes to Hall of Fame and legacy, I also take into account how much college matters. I know LeBron didn't go, so it's not about LeBron, but that's what Kareem did there. They literally had a rule where you couldn't dunk because he was so good.
Yeah.
Like, what? So there's that, and he played long like LeBron, but again, tail end of his career, he wasn't doing what LeBron's doing. So same way you look at LeBron, you look at the just consistency, you look at the numbers, you look at the winning. He has won championships. You know what I mean? And I know it's been a minute, but again, you talk about and another point for him, I guess, and why I'm thinking after the career's done, you just gotta think he's won everywhere he's been. And I know you like real Jordan people where it's like not like me where I'm giving him a chance. Like the ones that don't give him a chance say, yo, well he jumped around. Well, he did this, super team this. But he won everywhere he was. So that's gotta mean something. That's gotta mean something. Yeah. And so but yeah, I think again, it's gonna be tough for me, like, because I'm so Jordan influenced by Jordan, and it's more of a respect of what he did. Because of course I didn't see him play, so LeBron's by far the best player I've seen.
Yeah.
But it's more so just a respect of the game, respect of what Jordan did, how he brought the game to another level. But at the end of the day, once LeBron retires, I'll sit down and I'll see where I'm at with it, because there are times where I'm like, I don't want to say what I'm thinking right now. Yeah. Before I get called out.
Emmanuel, we've been known, as long as I've known you, you've been pro LeBron. You know what I mean? So, yeah, as long as I've known you, you've been like that. So
that's a given. I was kind of expecting the question, but not really. So thanks, guys. But anyways, Jelani, I feel like to the Kareem point though, fam. Like when you think about it, I think why Kareem doesn't get as much respect is like he played with Oscar Robertson, then he played with Magic, then he won with Magic. Magic like in the finals. I think the ceiling game, he dropped 41, and he was playing as a center for the team because Kareem was out. So it's kind of like
rookie.
Yeah, and he's a rookie, fam. That might be the greatest like playoff performance. That's tough. So it's like now you play with Magic, you play with Oscar before, who held the triple double record before Russell Westbrook. It's like, damn, you weren't really. It's kind of like KD, right? Like we gotta see you win, be dominant,
but
be one.
I think the only thing with that is like when it was with the Bucks, like it was considered his team, even though he had an Oscar with it. And then Lakers, same thing. Like it was like young Magic, obviously, but then when Magic became Magic, obviously. So I see that point for sure. I just think like because he also put up big numbers, he was a great defender, and obviously what he did with offense, we thought that record would never be touched, right? And also the rings, the ring count is there with Kareem. So he won both spots that he was in. So that's why for me, if you're talking GOAT, he's got to be top 3. Like, sorry to Kobe fans, but I put Kareem higher in the GOAT,
Yeah, I don't think you'll hear too much argument from that, to be honest.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man. Northside Talks, man. Episode 6.
Big 6.
Yeah, man. Got a little heated, so I mean, shoot. We'll see how things go episode 7. I don't know if one of them aren't here, it's because they had a falling out and because they're fighting, and you know what I mean. That's what's gonna. And that's what's gonna happen.
Yo, Jelani knows is my brother, fam. Just for the fans, don't get it twisted, bro. This is what we do.
Screw that. They were real life beefing. I'ma hear about it. They've been talking in the group chat. They've been going crazy.
In the hallways of fucking, you guys don't remember Ryerson?
Always
just come out and stop us, fam.
Yeah.
That's how bad it got. This is regular, bro. This is what it's supposed to be. Let's go, fam.
It's all love, man. It's all love. I'll be at the show anyway. This is got a show.
Pop out. Look, this guy said pop out show. Yo, come on. That was a jab.
No.
My show, the pop out show. That was Kendrick's show.
But yeah, and real quick, the album, I liked it. There are some parts there where I'm like,
thank you. Oh my God, he's been gonna check this Skyler. Look.
Bro, I'm subjective, bro. I don't know where this narrative came from.
I was going too crazy, fam. You two, you're going crazy.
It's not his best work by any stretch of the imagination.
Thank you.
I would say, like, I do like my top 3 here. I'm looking at it right now. I'm not in order, but I like Man in the Garden. It's a good listen. Reincarnated, I think is a good listen. And then I'm looking at The Heart Part 6. I think those are really good listens in general. Even SZA, I think People, that's not bad. That's not bad. I got that song too. Gloria. I think Gloria's sister did really well on that track, by the way. But yeah, I think it was good. It's a good, nice project. I'm not gonna say it's anything crazy. But yeah,
let's see.
That's what I think they'll bring out too, by the way, because they have a big smash on Damn too, right?
Yeah. So yeah.
Like,
so probably. I don't really listen to her like that. Though.
We'll see how
What do you think,
Jelani's
Skyler?
take. I didn't listen to that.
oh, man.
We'll see how Jelani's take changes if it changes next week if Milan's on, because Milan's coming with the heat. Milan's gonna come on a whole
It's good. It's not anything.
By the next week, I'll have listened to all of it and I'll have an answer for you.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I've listened to it. I just don't listen.
Yeah,
Well,
I'll
I'm
have
gonna
an
show
answer by next week. But yeah, man, Northside Talks episode 6. Thank you guys for tuning in. Been your boy Skyler Gonzalez, Jelani Goodridge Reed, Pressure Made Manu. See y'all next week for episode 7. And also, because I never shouted out, the podcast is also on Spotify, Spotify for podcasters, and it's also on Apple Podcasts. So y'all go check that out, man. But yeah, Northside Talks episode 6. We'll see you guys next week for episode 7. Y'all be easy.